Hey guys, I'm sorry to admit that I'll be changing genres from Minecraft related content to Scratch tutorials and devlogs. Though here and there I might still participate in Minecraft content, but take that with a grain of salt. Anyways, today's video will be how to make a clicker game on Scratch. Let's get right into it. So first, you pick a sprite that you'd like. Me, personally, I'm gonna pick the apple because it looks good. You also have to delete the first sprite that they put in the game, right? Okay. You can size it to whatever you want. I'm going to put it at 150, so it's easier. Okay, then you go into the apple and go to events. When this sprite clicked, right? Then, you need to make a variable. I'm going to call it points. Okay, then change points by 1. And what I like to do is I like to get the sound. I like to get this sound for when you click on it. So then you go to sound, start sound pop. So it makes a pop sound and it gives you +1 point every time you click on it. If you'd like to do this, you can, but you don't need to. But it'll make your game look cool. Okay? So then you need to add good looks, change size by 10. Control, wait, 0.01 seconds, right? Then go back to looks, then set size to however big your object that you're clicking on is. My object is 150. So my apple is 150 in size, so you put set size to 150. So when you click on it, it has a little animation where it gets bigger and then gets smaller. But you can also change size to whatever you want. I'm changing it to 15, so it's more noticeable. Then if you want to add upgrades, you can choose another sprite. I am going to choose the orange. Okay, so you have the orange. You can place it wherever you want. Then you click on the orange, go to costumes. You select text, click under the orange, and then you type whatever you want the text to be. Like, I'm going to say orange, because that's the name of the upgrade. Also, it doesn't really matter if it's that big, because you can resize it after you type it. Okay, orange, cost 10, okay? And then +1 PPS, which means points per second. Then you can resize it and place it under the orange. Or wherever you'd like to place it. I'm going to place it right under the orange. I'm also going to make the color be black. Make it look better. Okay, so now we have the orange. But when you click on it, nothing happens. Right? So we go to the orange, then we go to events. When this sprite clicked, then we get an if else, then if blank is less than 10, right? Then you go to variables, and you select points and put it in the blank. And then we can just leave the if part right here blank because nothing's going to happen. Then we go to else. Else, variables, change points by -10. So it will subtract 10 points from your overall count, right? Then we need to add another variable called PPS, which will be points per second. So then we have to add another change variable. Change PPS by 1. And I can also do the change size right here change size by 15, right? Control, wait, 0.01 seconds. Go back to looks, set size to whatever the size of the sprite is. So the size of this sprite is 160. So I will set size to 160. Now if you click on it, it subtracts 10 points and it gives you plus 1 PPS. But we also need to add the sound effect for it. So we can also add start sound pop. If you click on it and you don't have the points, nothing happens, right? But another thing we can add is when clicked, control, forever, if else, right? If points is less than 10, go to looks. So then we get set color effect. Change this to ghost effect to 0. Set ghost effect to 60, right? And then under else, set ghost effect to 0. If I start it, it is grayed out. But once I get 10, it reappears. But then once I buy it, it gets grayed out again, right? We haven't coded the points per second yet. So what we need to do is when clicked, forever, wait 1 second, then variables, change points by PPS. So, because I have 3 PPS, every second I get plus 3. So, see, I have 0 points and 0 points per second. So once I click the apple and get 10 points, this is able to be bought. I buy it, then I get 1 points per second. Then every second I get plus 1 point. And then you can just keep buying upgrades. You can add however many upgrades you want by following the same technique. You can also change the sprites. Well, that is it for today's tutorial. If this tutorial helped, consider liking and subscribing. It helps a lot. If you have any questions or concerns, ask me in the comments. Well, bye!